Hello YouTube, Luigi here. This is a beautiful Saturday morning here, the 8th day of March 2014. We're going to get about 40 degrees today here in the White Mountains of New England, and boy, do we have this one coming. Alright, last week I sold 4 knives. One of them was the CRKT HISSATSU, the younger brother, the smaller brother to this knife. I love the HISSATSU, well designed, great deployment, just a little short in the hand for me. So I upgraded to this guy, the CRKT HISSATSU, designed by James Williams, who is a renowned martial arts knife guy. He designed this knife to be as effective as a fixed blade, and we'll talk about how he did it with his locking mechanisms and that. Alright, we got a big knife here. It's 5.8 ounces, so it's not light. It's got a, it's probably not going to look like much, but it's a decent texture on a handle that looks pretty smooth. It's got this giant pivot for strength, because this is meant to be a killer. The name Hissatsu means, you know, final blow or sudden death. This guy knows what he made this for. You know, it's very interesting to watch how politely most of the knife reviewers on YouTube say, God forbid if you find yourself in a situation where you need a tactical knife. They always couch it in those terms. In other words, they're not encouraging you to go out and start slashing people in an offensive way, but this might help you out should you need some self-defense. And I really appreciate that. These aren't mercenaries out there. The knife community is composed of very sensitive and intelligent people. Okay? My observation. So, we got a knife that's big in the hand. Look at that. It opens with this outburst technology. You can see the thumb plate, the thumb there. It's more like a obloid thumb plate. You can open it with one thumb, and I don't know if it's because it's new or what. I find it easier to pinch it. It's kind of a tough open is what I'm saying. I find it easier to pinch it with 2 fingers and push. Well, that didn't work well. CRKT. Now, this, because the intent here is to make a folder that's as effective as a fixed blade, it's got this auto locks. See this mechanism here? This is a secondary lock beyond the liner that you cannot open it as long as this auto lock thing is engaged. And unlike the HISSATSU, this comes into play automatically. The other one's called the lock system, LAWKS. This is called the auto locks. And so it's a little, and one other step to remember as you unlock it, you've got to pull this back before you depress the normal liner lock bar. See, I've done both, and it falls. It won't come and slice you because there's like a stop here. Nice feature. It falls, and then you can close it with one hand. It's still a one-hand close operation. I've seen other reviews where someone will do this and then come in with the second hand. And, you know, we don't generally like that. We like one-handed opening. We like one-handed closing. This is not a big deal. You just have to remember to do this first. Keep it in that position while you're depressing this. It'll fall on its own. Let's look at the size of this guy, huh? It has a 3 3/8 inch blade and a 5-inch handle. I like this size. I only sold the its younger brother, the HISSATSU, because it was just a little short in the hand for me. This is if you watch James Williams's video of this, he's the designer, he's the tactical expert here. He picks up this knife in a reverse grip and literally drives it through a 1/2-inch sheet of plywood right up to the hilt. It's got a, it's not that it's thin, wimpy stock, but it just comes to an incredibly sharp tip. It's got this samurai type design, modified tanto blade shape, which is, it's got belly on it, so it's good for both slashing and stabbing. Now I'm using tactical words here, because I usually use a knife to peel an apple. And this is a heck of a knife, and if you need it to do what it was designed for, I'm sure it'll serve you well, although very few of us have probably had any knife training in terms of tactical training. I certainly don't. I just like this knife because it's beautiful, well designed, thoughtfully designed, and feels great in the hand. Look at this thumb groove. That's obviously for pushing out the outburst deployment thumb plate. However, when you wrap your mitts around this finger fits in that so beautifully. You've got a secure grip here. There's no question about it. You got a secure grip here. Your thumb can rest on this locking mechanism or go forward and rest on that opening thumb disc. It's got some Japanese characters on here, which probably, you know, say sudden death or whatever Hissatsu means. Let's talk about the lock bar. The lock bar is tip up right side, kind of low for some people, and the screw to adjust it, it is adjustable tip up left side. It's on the other side. Now, you'll notice the indentation here, which accommodates the pocket clip base. I got to tell you, when I see these indentations, it makes me feel really good, because a lot of people, when they open their knives, they're putting pressure on the backs with their 3 or 4 fingers on the backside. They're putting pressure on the clip so they can push out with the thumb on the other side. This pressure on the clip ultimately makes them rock. We've seen this, even pocket clips with 3 screws in them will rock on you because of this motion, of putting pressure on that clip. This will not happen if you've got this seated indentation for the clip. And I like that. I think that's a really, really good thing. So here we are. 3 7/8" blade, 5.8 ounces, a well-designed, thoughtfully designed, no shame about it, tactical weapon, okay? Designed by James Williams. And I think it's a beautiful thing. I like Japanese motifs. I like the swoop of that blade. And it is what it is, and it is shamelessly what it is, and it's well-designed. Okay. You just got to get used to this little, you can see it's no big deal. The CRKT Hissatsu, designed by James Williams. God bless you people. I love you all. And yes, indeed, God forbid, should you find yourself in a position where you need a defensive weapon of any kind, you know, somewhere between a fist and a gun, this knife will be there, okay? But let's all stay safe out there. God bless you. I love you all. Take good care. Bye-bye.